As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They go play action here on first down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Far. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it, and then do so and pick up a first down.
Back to the same target, Campbell. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now 3rd and 2.
Hey, check that, street.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Ready. Hey, man, circle.
Here we go on 4th down. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Another run with Sanders. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
This will be taken at the 10. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Looking to throw on second down. Far. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Stop me, Rangers. Stop me, Rangers. 19 right.
Off play action. Far. This will be caught. Judy. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake. Far. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Now a play fake here on first down. Forced out to his left. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Greg Dulcich, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
To throw on second down. Flaherty into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Agnew to throw. Off play action. And that will be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. This is taken at about the 14. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ends up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. Far. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
19 tight. 19 tight. Warriors 17.
On 3rd down. Far. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Well, not too long ago, Charles, that would have been a new NFL record. But instead, it's shy of setting the record, which is 66, but still from 65 away, one of the longest kicks in league history.
And that puts him in elite company in the NFL. Only a few have ever even attempted that, let alone put it through the post. How about his moment? It came together for him, and he delivered.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. This is intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Go check. Go check.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Off play action. Far. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Far. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And all the way home for the Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Mevis is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out, and he fires one that's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far, and while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. At all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
Here we go. Here we go. Track. Go, Reed. Go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Touchdown! Greg Dulcich with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos have opened the lead up to 30. Nevis on to attempt the point after. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Broncos 31, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Baron Browning coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
18, Pioneer.
Off play action. Far. He's got a man complete. the 30. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind. No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here. And that one, it backfired in a big way. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Agnew throwing after the interception. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain. Here's Agnew to throw on second down. Smith catches left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Baron Browning picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Agnew now to throw on third down. This is Smith with a grab. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are able to at least get one score back. The extra point by Sly is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. And the Broncos are going to get the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best. To make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw here. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That gain on third down, good for 28.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
They'll go with a keeper, and he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll look to throw here. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as he'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Looking to throw. Far. And this is going to be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
2 yards on the pick up there. It's 4th down. Mevis knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith, finding room at midfield. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Agnew off the play fake. And he rifles one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He tried to get away, but to no avail, and an absolute killer there. A 12-yard loss on 1st and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now Agnew to throw. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
They have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 83 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Denver has the 1st down, the play going for 15 yards. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
That ball caught by Campbell. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Okay,
now
ready?
from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, check that, street.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Hey, smash Broncos!
Off the RPO, he completes it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6.
Out now, Andrew Mevis for the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chipping.
Mevis knocks this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close.
He's got a man, complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Agnew throwing on 1st down.
Quick slant here to Smith. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Here's Agnew. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2nd and 11.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down.
Ready?
attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road.